International football dominates the horizon over the next few days, and it's all about trying to qualify for the Euros, a tournament which France are favourites to win at 4-1, of course, coming into this off winning the World Cup. Interesting stuff with Paul Pogba, not about France, but about his future at United, saying, like I've always said, Real Madrid is a dream for anyone. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. There is also Zidane as a coach, and it's a dream for anybody who likes football. For now, I'm at Manchester. We don't know what the future holds. I'm in Manchester, and I'm happy. Frank, why is he saying this?
Well, it's like French people can't stop bragging, you know. Craig can be my witness. I never did that. No, Craig, don't say anything. The thing is you have to think of the consequences of what you say, and what Manchester United fans will think now about Paul Pogba just saying, "Okay, I'm in Manchester United. Okay, I'm happy." But I'm not achieving anything. What I want is going to Real Madrid because it's my dream, and I want to play for Real Madrid because Zidane is there and because it's just what I wish the most. But you have to think about the fans, the club who pays you, and make sure you respect them. And that's not the kind of thing that he just did by saying that.
I think you have to respect your employers, first and foremost. As Frank said, and whilst he may, and probably does, like a lot of players, dream of going to Real Madrid or one of the big, real European big boys, particularly the Spanish two, you just got to be cute with your answer. Just say, listen, you know, I'm at Man United at the moment. Let's see what happens down the line. Hopefully, we'll turn that around there. But you've got to respect your employer in terms of, you know, they've paid a lot of money for him, they pay him big wages, they expect big performances. They don't expect him to go away with the national team and start talking about potentially going to Real Madrid one day, even if that's what he thinks.
He's not a fool. He knows these sort of quotes will grab the headlines, will have us discussing it.
Well, never assume. He's obviously not the brightest if he's coming out with that. You know, you said he's not a fool, but let's be honest. It's the simplest thing in the world to turn around and say, listen, I'm at the biggest club in the world right now, so why would I want to go anywhere else? I mean, it's not difficult. So he's not as clever as you're giving him credit for.
As if, you know, maybe he just wants it out there.
I'm sure he could give me something.
That's not smart, though, is it, Craig?
I'm going to attempt to side with Paul Pogba a little bit here. Listen, it was only, 3 months ago, he had one foot out the door. Let's all be honest. Solskjaer has come in and albeit turned things around very quickly, but we're still not quite sure that Solskjaer, even though we all think so, will be the manager next season, who will be, and exactly what's going to be happening with Manchester United in the very near future. And until you're sure about that, you certainly don't close any doors.
But why make it so public? All this can happen in private. You can come out and say, I'm a Manchester United player, it's where I want to stay. But your agent can do all this kind of behind the scenes.
Listen,
behind the scenes.
You ask a pointed question, you get a pointed answer. That's my interpretation of why.
But how often do you see, let's take a parallel here. What if Harry Kane, who is, without doubt, I think, one of the leading strikers in the world, and we know Tottenham are not going to win the Premier League, what if he pitches up at an England camp every time that there's a squad and said, well, you know, Barcelona's round the corner or Bayern Munich or what if Raheem Sterling, one of the informed players, said, well, I've been linked with Real Madrid recently, actually, and I'm quite happy with that. That's great. You know, these guys don't, I'm not saying they're perfect, but they don't, in general, pitch up and throw the cat among the pigeons by talking about that, because they answer it properly in the main.
We would be caning Harry Kane if he said that. No question.
Well, look at Mbappe. He was asked about, and he says, next season I'm at PSG. That is it. End of discussion.
I mean, it's just foolish. If any player thinks that them turning around and saying that I love the club I'm at and that's where my future is, if they think that's going to change anything down the line with a club like Real Madrid or Barcelona, then they are just fools. Because regardless of what comes out of their mouth, if Real Madrid or Barcelona want you, then they'll figure a way out of doing it.
Pogba, of course, mentioning Zinedine Zidane returning to coach Real Madrid, your former teammate, of course, Frank. Were you surprised that he decided to go back?
Yeah, Really, really surprised. You know, I thought the first reason that I thought that he came back is because his wife was fed up seeing him turning around himself, you know, in the kitchen, not knowing what to do, and he said, "Go train people because I'm fed up seeing you like that." There is no really. I love Zizou, and he did something fantastic to Real Madrid, but the club is going through a new cycle will like PSG, like I said before, that they have to change or sell some players in terms of getting a new squad and maybe start a new cycle. But they're not ready yet. So what's going to happen to Zizou, who called back Marcelo in the first game where Marcelo didn't play anymore? What's going to do with the oldies and what he's expecting to achieve with them? I'm not sure it's going to work. I really hope for him it's going to work because he did what nobody did before. It was perfect. Why do you go back to something which seems to be a little bit broken for the moment?
Meanwhile, Frank, Antoine Griezmann, of course, made that big video, big show, didn't he, just before the World Cup last year, saying that he was going to stay at Atletico Madrid, heavily linked to a move to Barcelona. It seems 8 months down the line, Atleti out the Champions League, out La Liga title race, he's decided that maybe, just maybe, he made a big old mistake.
Yeah, another thing that French people do, they surrender very quickly. You know? That's a legend. I never say it's the truth. That's a legend. But really, that guy, as you said, made a 1 hour show telling us, in fact, nothing, like he was just staying at Atletico Madrid. Then just got out of the Champions League and say, I want to leave. Where the chairman asked him to help him to get some new players, like Lemar, for example, from Monaco, to come to Atletico Madrid. And now Antoine wants to leave. Come on, you have to be reasonable. You have a goal. You want to achieve something with Atletico Madrid. You have to be a little bit more persistent if you want maybe one day get the Graal and get the trophy. But like a week after being out of the Champions League, you want to go to Barca? That's how you show love and respect to your club. That's the same problem with Paul. I think they were together in the same bedroom, I don't know, with the national team, and they decided to mess up with the medias and their own clubs. There is no other reasons.
Barcelona, of course, very much clear at the top of the table after Atleti losing at the weekend, 10 points clear of Atleti in second.